Hello, this is Dimitri with Ukidz LLC, UGears US, ukidstoys.com, or UGears.us, all these websites where you can buy this wonderful product. Today we're going to be doing another assembly of Tracked Off-Road Vehicle. This model has 423 parts, as always, no glue assembly. Looks like it should take us about 8 hours to put together. I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit less for me, but 8 hours that's what you should set aside. Obviously not in one day, but a few days to put it together. Cool, nice new model. So let's go ahead and do the opening and see what's inside the package. All right. New style packaging, no plastic. So let's pull everything out, put the cover aside. We have quite a few boards, so there's going to be a larger model, longer assembly. Let's see, we got a total of 5.5 boards, so that's going to be fun. I'll put it aside. We have the instructions manual in here, and we obviously have the set of sandpaper. There should be a little wax stick. I have a few of them here on the side. Keep on collecting them. Eventually I use them because some models you need more than one. And let's see if you use it economically, you're probably going to be enough with one. Otherwise you'll need a couple just to put it together. And obviously the spring is in here. I'm going to put that aside, and let's go ahead and start with the manual. As always, the second page got general instructions on how to put it together. Third page has the all the symbols that you see in the manual. You got the wax, that's where you see a little gear, candle wax, kind of like one of those guys. Another recommendation to use instead of this one is a little bit softer. Available Walmart, IKEA, Target. Usually they sell them in bulk, pretty inexpensive. Sandpaper comes with the kit. You just saw that. Also have a bunch of it. When you see the exclamation point, that means you need to pay close attention. And then gears, you need to make sure the mechanism works. Also, you have the helping tool included in the assembly. It is on board number 2. Now let's pull it off right away. In the top right corner here. That tool is very helpful to use to push the parts out, to step them together, to give you a little bit more area to put a pressure on without breaking the part. So pretty useful. I use it all the time. And then also on the page 3 on the bottom right corner here, you have all the parts listed that are spares. So in case if you break the part during the assembly, these parts are available on the same board or other boards. They will have a little plus symbol right next to them. Sometimes with arrow pointing out, sometimes without, but those are spares. And before contacting us or manufacturer for the replacement parts, check this page to see if you have one available. And let's go ahead and start with the assembly. We are on page number 4. This is the helping tool that I was talking about, and we got our assembly instructions here with the spring. So step number 1, take the spring. Step number 2, we need parts number 1, 2 1s and 2 2s. So they're all on board number 1. 2s are at the top, to the right and the left of the center line. And parts number 1, same thing here, to the right and left of the center line. All right, let's see. So board number 2, we need to wax the outside of this part number 2. Both of them. And this one and the second one. And let me make sure that we guys are recording. All good. So we're good to go. continuing our assembly. All right, so let's insert the first one. I think that wouldn't matter which side it is in, so but we need to push it all the way down as far as it can go on part number, or side of part number 1. And now we insert the spring. Need to unwind it a little bit, and this is shown on step number 1. Let's see. And we need to put this little flat piece in between, in the slot here of part number 1. Just like this. Then we need to insert part number 2 on top of it, kind of locking it in a little bit. Up until the coil, right? And then we need to wrap that coil around once. It's one time, 360 degrees. So wrap it around this little sub-assembly. All right, now we're gonna leave it for now. That was step number 3. Moving on to step number 4, we need part number 3 right in the center, a little bit below the middle on board number 1, and then we need part number 5, 4 of them, a little bit above the middle on the left, right hand side, at the top, almost in the corners, 2 of them, 4 5s, and then one part number 4. It's going to be top left corner here. So let's see, this one with a little design facing down. You got this where the rectangle towards you, and that's gonna be one of the part number 5 is gonna go there. Then whole rectangular hole to the left of it, and then these 2 that are a little bit diagonal. And that's where the helping tool is good. If you can't push it all the way, you can apply extra pressure by having it down there. And then part number 4 with the slot going in this direction, that goes into the hole right here, the smaller rectangular hole on the bottom right side. Now, as we put the little sub-assembly with the spring in here, the spring needs to go into that slot of part number 4, and then you put the sub-assembly into the little hole of part number 3. So with this little tab sticking out on the bottom, that's the way it's supposed to be. Step number 5. Moving on to page number 5, step number 6, we need part number 6. That's on board number 1, right at the center at the top here. That's the large piece right here. And that one, this gonna go with this hole through the sub-assembly with the spring. When the hole on the extension is facing towards you, let's see, once again, looks like we need to have it upside down to make sure it's that little drawing is on the bottom. So you put it over, and then all your parts number 5 should go into the rectangular holes, and you snap it together all around. Make sure it's nice and flush. And let's see, the spring is correct, so it has to go outside here through part number 4, and then onto this little sub-assembly, which is going to be just floating in between these 2 parts number 3 and 6. Next one, looks like we need to sub-assemble the key. We're on step number 7. Going to board number 4 really quick, and pull off the parts number 11. Top right, 9. Right at the center, a little bit to the left, and 7 top left corner. Also part number 10 right at the center, a little bit below there at the top, and 2 number 8s there, top left corner. I'm going to use my helping tool to pull these out because they're smaller. As with any mechanical part, we do need to put a little bit of wax on this little gear. Let me clean off all the burrs that are on here. You can use the helping tool, you can use the little knife, hobby knife. So I'm gonna put the wax on the outside of the teeth. And let's see, part number 11, gonna go face down with this where it says wind up, ratchet. That should be down. Then we have part number 9 matching the outline. Then we're gonna have part number 10 with the teeth facing clockwise direction. Carefully insert it here with the little prongs. I'm gonna use my helping tool here with the little prongs towards outside, so it's the gear sits nice and flush. Then we're gonna go part number 8 all the way through and lock 11 and 9. Well, it's not locked yet, but it will lock once we put part number 7 over the top. And with these little lines facing outward. That's our little key. And then we come back on step number 8. We need to put part number 12, 13, and 14 at the top here. Let's see, they are on board number 1 at the top. Let's see, we're looking a little bit above the middle, and the left hand side is part number 12. 13 is to the right and a little above of that part, and then 14 is to the right of the center line, about the same level, a little bit higher. So these 2 through parts gonna go, part number 12 just goes over all the way to the surface. Part number 13, we do need to put a little bit of a wax on the teeth. And then also facing the clockwise direction, that way. And then part number 13 also needs to be, 14, sorry. Part number 14 also needs to be waxed all around and put on top to lock this in. And now on the bottom, we're going to insert the key with the wording towards the outside. It's going to go over the tabs of part number 1. And make sure everything sits nice and flush. There's a little bit of a movement. There's a little bit of a space in between the key and the surface of part number 3. And that's our subassembly A1. Moving on page number 5. Step number 1 on the bottom left. Part number 15 and 16. And there's going to be top left corner. And we're going to need 2 of these parts. And there's going to be top right corner. We're going to come back to that later. First, we're going to assemble one, and then we're going to assemble the other one. Let's see, step number 2, we need parts number 17, 18, 9, and 2/19. So they all should be around the same area. So 2/19, a little bit, since we're on the left-hand side, so we do on the left side, top left quadrant. Part number 18 is also there. And then 17 is the gear, bottom left here. And once again, we do want to wax every single gear on part number 17, and we're going to need to wax and sand all the surfaces of part number 18 and 19's part numbers. So let's get this done. This one, part number 18, I want to say, well, we don't really need to sand it, just wax it. If you want to really take time and make sure mechanism works nice and perfect almost from the start, then you might want to sand the two. But looks like the connection points are inside the grooves or dips on the surface, so we should be fine as is without waxing it. Now 15 and 16, 15's got a little dot on here, 16 doesn't, so we insert one into the other, those two forks. Now wiggle them a little bit, and they need to go all the way towards each other, all the way down, creating nice axle. And then from the longer side, there's a shorter side, that's part number 16, longer side, part number 15, let's call it. On that side, that's where we insert 17 all the way in. And then if it doesn't go nice and smooth and easy, you can put a little bit of a wax on the surface here, just like this. It will make it much easier to slide these parts in. Need a little bit of a leverage. Make sure not to break the part. All the way down. Then part number 18. All the way down to the gear. And then part number 19. On the same side, and then flip it around, and part number 19 on the opposite end. All the way down to the little step here. Make sure it's nice and flush. And now we need to assemble one more, same thing. 15, 16, 18, 19, 19, and 17. Same location except on the right side, part number 17, bottom left. Let's see, so once again, waxing all around on part number 19, 18, and 17 gears. Make sure you wax every single tooth. And then once again, 15's got a little dot on here, so that's going to be the longer side. Put a little bit of wax on these parts, which will make it easier to put the gears on. All right, and two sub-assemblies A2 are ready. Moving on to page number 6, step number 1. We got parts number 20, 2 of them. They're both on board number 2, top left and top right. All right, so let's see. With these little hook and a tab towards the back, A2 with the gears to the right hand side is going to go through the hole here on the left, and the front same thing on the left, once again gears towards the right. Then we need our sub assembly is going to go upside down, right? So with the key towards the bottom, this hole towards you, and then that's gonna go right, the spring's gonna go in through the between here, through the hole, and then these tabs gonna go through the holes in the frame or chassis, I guess in this case, just like this. Put that one back, and then another port number 20 from the other end, kind of similar situation. Ooh, that one fell out too. Line up the tabs. And that's our little sub-assembly A3. Once again, the spring comes out from this little slot right here. That's what it shows on here, unzoomed in picture, and it's just sitting freely at this moment. Move on to the page number 7, step number 1, top left. Let's see, we need 2 ports, they all on board number 1, 21, 22, and 2 23s. So 21 is going to be, let's see, let's find it. 21 is top right corner. 22 is the gear right at the center here in the bottom. And then 2 23s, they're top left, a little bit above the middle. Let's see, so the 23 needs to be waxed all around, both of them. And you can, once again, you can apply a little bit of a sanding on there too, just for smoother operation. I'm doing a faster assembly so I don't bore you too much. I know it is boring to watch the videos, but hopefully it helps you out and gives you some tips on how to put these guys together. All right, so we're gonna go through the whole gear all around. Make sure every tooth is covered, and then 21 is gonna go into the port number 23. And then 22 over port number 21. And then 23, lock it up on the other end. Creating a little sub-assembly A4. Step number 1 right in the middle at the top. A little bit more parts. We need part number 28. That's right in the middle on the right hand side. 27, a little bit above the middle on the right hand side. Then 25. Let's see, 25 is going to be to the left. There's 3 of them, so to the left of the center line. 24 also should be just 1 for now. Top right, a little bit above the middle. 26, which is a gear, it's going to be bottom right or left. And then 28 again, so right in the middle on the right hand side. Alrighty, lots of waxing. Let's see, part number 28. Part number 27. Make sure you get rid of all these little tabs and burrs and edges, splits, just to make sure for a nice and smooth operation, because if you have them, that's going to be very rough in the beginning and then work itself in. So not a big deal. Still recommend to clean it off regardless, unless you're really in a hurry, which you shouldn't be putting these together unless you're me when I'm trying to record the video. right. All right, so 28. 25 is going to go into the 24. And from the bottom, we're going to do the 27. To the little step. So we'll give enough material here to put 28 over it. And then on the opposite end, 26, which is a little smaller gear, almost to the bottom there. There's going to be a little gap in between. No. Very tiny. And then part number 28 to lock it up from the top all the way to the gear. So you're going to see like a slight gap in between, and that's our A5. All right, let's clean off the surface here a little bit. Moving on to the step number 1 on the bottom left. Same thing, 27, 26, but we need 2 28s. One is bottom right here is the other set. 2 25s, they're on the left hand side. Little buffer right at the middle, I want to say. Part number 27. Let's see where 27 is on the right hand side, a little below the middle. 26 going to be bottom left here in the center of the quadrant, and then we have a second 28. So let's see. Once again, waxing all around. All these little tiny gears. And let me get a new stick. Clean off the burrs. Part number 27. All right, similar thing. Gonna put 25 into 25. We don't have the 24 this time, so it's a smaller. Then 27 on one side, 26 on the other side. Once again, there's like a little tab. We need to make that gear all the way down to that tab, then feed. On the other side, also a little gap in between 27 and 26. And that's our A6. And one more gear in the middle and the bottom of page number 7. 2 parts number 28, bottom left here. Gear number 31, bottom right, a little below the middle here on the right hand side of the center line. Part number 29 and 30, they're a little bit above the middle on the right hand side. And we got 2 28s. So just one gear in this situation, but we need to wax both 28s. Need to wax the gear 31. And let's see, So the gear is going to go from the side, this like a little triangle or cone. So the larger surface of the cone towards the top, the gear is going to go from the bottom. So the thinner, the top of the cone. We push it all the way in, and then 2/28, 28 on one side and 28 on the other side. Locking it in. All right, and that's our A7. Moving on to step number 1 on the right hand side, past that little dashed line. Gonna take our sub-assembly with these little hooks towards the back. A4, that's the first one that we assembled. That's gonna go all the way in the back here in the center hole. Make sure you match with the gear teeth of the axle. Then our A5, that's the second one, is gonna go right in the second hole from the back. Also make sure you match the gears together. Then we skip these two. The A7 with the gear 26 towards the top is gonna go in the hole. And then our last one is the, A6, and then A7 is gonna go in the last hole, matching the gears here and the ones on the A6. Alrighty, and that's our A8. Moving on to the page number 8. And step number 1 on the left hand side, we need part number 32, which is on board number 1 on the bottom left here, and part number 33, which is to the left of the center line, a little bit above the middle. And then 33 is gonna lock in the back here with a cutout, arch cut out towards you. So we need to insert it all the way down. Make sure this gear is gonna feed right into the opening. Kind of holding that back gear together in the spot. And this one we need to wax a little bit on the inside here with the teeth at, and then on the outside all around. Make sure you remove the burrs. All right, and then these teeth inside, little tabs, should be facing counterclockwise direction. It's gonna go over this little gear, locking in between the gears at the top and gears in the bottom. We need to spread these guys open a little bit. Make sure it locks onto this gear on the inside, and I'm just gonna sit like this. Alrighty, and then let's see, this is it for the sub-assembly. For now, step number 2, we need parts number 34. That's on board number 2, right in the middle here, a little bit right at the center, a little bit above the middle. 35 is gonna be on board number 4. That's going to be top left. Two parts number 36. They're going to be all the way top right, the little 2 tabs. Part number 37, also top left. Also at the top on the left. There we go. That would be more accurate description. And then 38 isn't going to be on the top left quadrant, a little bit to the right of the center line. All right, so let's see, I'm going to put the 36, this one's going to go with the round off towards the top. 36 is going to go into these little top holes here with the thicker portion in there. Let's see what would be the best probably put the light on first, part number 37 on it. And then through the hole, just like that. And through the hole. All right, now we're gonna go this hole towards the back. This part is gonna go through with the tabs through the bottom holes here on part number 35. So our headlights are towards the front. Make sure it sits all the way in, and then our part number 38 is gonna go over, locking, well, not really locking, but at the front here. And then let's see, part trying to figure out where the parts number 39 go. Right here. Parts number 39 is going to be on a little bit above the middle on the left hand side. And then we put two of them together. The little opening hook should be facing towards you. And then you're gonna go into this longer hole, just like this, on the right hand side, rectangular hole. One and the other one, so two. Just like that. Put this guy back on. And this all sub-assembly is going to go onto this from the previous. Make sure all the holes are matching the gears. And over the tabs. Lining everything up. Because the grill is going to go a little bit under the angle. And we need to adjust the gears a little bit to make sure it sits right into that little hole. Little bit of wax maybe there. Everything is flush all around. All right. We're good to go on step number 3. Moving on to the page number 9, step number 4 on the left-hand side. Put that subassembly to the side for now. Gear shifter. So we need parts number 40. They're all, let's see, board number 1 and 4. Got 4, top right. 44, we have that. Part number 40, top right. Part number 43, that's going to be on board number 1, bottom right. Two parts, 41, they're going to be on board number 4, top here. 41. Part number 45, also top right corner, board number 4. Another part number 44 is going to be top left. Part number 42, board number 1, bottom right. And part number 46 going to be on board number 4 to the right of the center line here at the top. All right, what needs to be waxed? We need to wax this little opening here on the bottom, little hook, the little slide in between, and hook on the top. Part number 42, if there's a little triangle towards the back, we need to wax the bottom part here. And looks like that's it. All right, so let's see, 43 with the tab towards the back. 44 is gonna go through it, through the hole at the top there. 45, sorry. And then 44 is going to be on the right and left hand side. Make sure the design's on the outside. Just like this, creating us a little holder. Parts number 44. We're going to put it on part number 40 first. Since it's slide, I'm gonna also wax on one side and the other side. And let's see, part number 40 is gonna go over it. And 42 is gonna go with a little triangle towards the back. And then we're going to lock it with 46. All right, and then step number 5, we need to put this little sub-assembly into the holes right here. And then part number 47, 2 of them, they're board number 1, bottom right, all the way to bottom, and bottom left. And then part number 48 is right below the middle on the left hand side. As always, because of gear, we need to wax every single gear. Remove the burrs. And now we need to match the little tabs, little dashes, and that's gonna go over this little sub-assembly. The little part that is sticking out, as I remember, with part number 44. Make sure these dashes match. Just like that. And that's our A10. Double check, make sure we're still on record. We're good. And moving on to the page number 10. All right, let's see, part number 4950, bottom right, 51, 3 of them. There's bottom right at the center, and then a little below the middle on the right hand side, 3 of them, and then 2 parts number 52, bottom right. All right, let's see. Need to wax this little round hole or cutout arch on both part number 50 and 49. Match them together, and then 51 is going to go with the 3 holes through part number 50. And looking into the, we're going to need to wax these a little bit, these little tabs, to make it easier going in. And repeat 2 more times. Yeah. And then 52s on top here. Should have also waxed it. It would have been much easier to slide them in. But it's too late now, so it's going to be nice and strong connection. All right, done with step number 1. Step number 2, we need 2 parts number 54 and 53. 54 bottom right of board number 1, and then bottom left and bottom right on for 53, and we're done with board number 1. We can put it aside. I'm gonna wax 53, all these little tabs, and we're gonna need to wax the part number 54 all around too. I'm gonna put one of them on the tab, the single tab, and then that's gonna go from the bottom into the little hole here in the center, and then the other 54 on the other side. All right, step number 3. I need parts number 50. Let's see, we're on board number 2, I guess. We're gonna need parts number 57. It's right below the middle at the center. 256. They're to the right and to the left of the board, a little bit above the middle. And then part 55 right at the center at the top here. We do need to wax a little tab here at the part number 57. And that's gonna go right through this hole right here. Then 256 with the 3 tabs gonna go through these 3 holes. I'm probably gonna do the two tabs on the bottom. Like this. So this should be rotating freely on here, just like this. And moving on to the step number 1 on the right hand side. Need step board number 4, need parts number 58, top right corner here. 2 of them, and one is a little bit below to the left of that one. Parts number 59, a little bit above the middle on the left hand side. Part number 60, top right corner. Part number 61 and 62. 62 is going to be to the right of the center line here at the top. And then 61, where that would be. Need to look for that one. Gonna be a small little tiny part somewhere. I would assume it would be somewhere around the same location as all the other parts, but I can't find it. Indication. Let's see, board number 2 maybe. Nothing on 1. It's a little tiny part here, bottom right. I found it on board number 4. All right, so let's see. There's like a thicker portion and a thinner, so thinner portion is going to go into the part number 62. And then that's going to go into 61 into 60. Then little 58s with the holes towards the front, these little circles. I'm going to put part number 59 onto 58. Make sure the circles match. That's our caps for the oil and our engine block, I guess, or something. Or disassembly parts. And 62 towards the back. All right, just like this. That's our A12. Moving on to the page number 11. Take our subassembly. The A11 is going to go with this hole through the gear shifter. Doesn't show that anything has to match, so that's gonna just get in there nice and flush everywhere. Parts number 63, 64, and 65 all on board number 4. They're right here at the center. 65 gonna go on the left hand side. 64 is gonna go on the right hand side, and then 63. Careful, that's a fragile part. I'm gonna go at the front, so 63 right here. 64s on this side, 65 on the left. And then the engine's gonna go right in the center here. Gonna put a little bit of a wax on these little tabs so they just slide through easier. And we're done with A13. Moving on to the page number 12. Step number 1 at the top left. Let's make sure that we're still recording. We're still good. Step number 1. Top left of page number 12. We need parts number, all of them from board number 4, 67. Top right, 2 of them. 68, a little bit below the middle on the left, on the right hand side. Top right, right left, don't mix it up. And 66. So with the 67 is going to go into the little holes here on the left, right, and then 68 right at the center. Double hole with the 2 tabs. Just like that. Then part number 69, which is on board number 2, right at the center on the bottom here. That little sub-assembly is going to get inserted into that hole. Make sure everything sits nice and tight, and that's our A14. Bottom left of page number 12, we need parts number 70. That's going to be a little bit above the middle on the left hand side of the center line. 71, that's right in the middle, about on the right. And then all the small ones are there too. 73, right around the same area. 74, 72 is there, 74 is there. And obviously the steering wheel, 75. All are here. This is little glove compartment handle, or right above the glove compartment. Let's see, 72 is gonna go through 73, and they're gonna go on the left hand side into the hole right above right around the instrument cluster. Then we have 74 is gonna go right in there. Gear shifter, and then steering wheel. And that's our A15. Step number 1 in the center middle of page number 12 at the bottom there. Need part number 76 on the base. Part number 77, 4 of them. They're on the left hand side. Let's pull out the whole thing. And then 78 right below the 76 on the right hand side there. And let's see, we need to wax these little 2 tabs that are on the left and right hand side of part number 76. All right, and these gonna go which way? With double tabs into the hole and kind of towards the bottom, arching towards the bottom into the slots there. I'm not sure if it makes sense the way I explain it. Hopefully. And a tab towards the top. Just like this. So tab towards the bottom and the tab towards the top. And then we put 78 right over this. Locking it in. Step number 2, we need parts number 79, 2 of them. Top right on board number 4. And let's see, 80, bottom right. And 81, also bottom right. That one's fragile, so careful on that one. All right, 78 is gonna go right at the 79, sorry, center here. 2 holes that you see in the middle, and then 80 is gonna go over the top. Kind of a little nice little cover. UGears facing up, obviously, and this guy is gonna go right into the opening between these 2 parts. I'm gonna use the helping tool to push it in. Nice front. That's our A16. Moving on to the page number 13. Bring a little sub-assembly and turn it around. Part number 82, or page number 13, step 1 in the top left corner. We're board number 3. Top right is 82. And we're gonna insert it with this little triangle towards the top. All in. I guess turn it around, and then our little steering wheel is gonna go right at the center here, so we need to insert it into this hole on the left first, and then 2 holes at the center on that little gear shifter, just like that. Then A14, the seats gonna go towards the back here. 2 little holes on the left. 3, 4, just like that. And then A16 is gonna go in the front here into this little hole on the side, and sliding the gear shifter in between. Just like this. Yep. Okay, put the seats back in, and then we're lock it with the 82 on the other end. Top left of board number 3, and similar. Match the shape, and let's start from the back there. Matching all the holes, which are a lot of holes and tabs. That we need to match. All right. Make sure it's nice and flush everywhere. And that's our sub-assembly A. All right, moving on to page number 14, and now we need to wind up the gears. So we need to move our gear shifters to park. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm in the park mode. Theoretically, let's see. Now we need to wind up the spring, which means we will need to cut it open, and I have a little cutter or hobby knife, and now we need to wind this spring all the way and lock it on this little tab once we wind it up. Winding all the way in. Let's see, we're supposed to lock onto here, onto part number 4. Correct. into this guy. Yes, into this part number 4. And I see it on there. I'm gonna use the little helping tool, kind of push it in to make sure it gets locked. And then you'll be able to see it right here on this side. This is metal right here, so it locks on part number 4. Alrighty, so now it's in park. And we need to wind it up 5 times. And let it go. Now we need to work it in. By rotating this larger gear. We'll unwind the whole mechanism. So right now we just need to play around with it and make sure that it works nice and smooth in a drive mode, not a sports mode. That's the second one. Okay. Because there's a sport mode. That's if I go all the way out and drive. So, works all the way, and we'll get back to the assembly in a little bit. See you guys later. Okay, page 15, step number 1 in the top left corner. We need parts number, board number 4, parts number 85, bottom right, 87, bottom right, and 86, they all right next to each other. 86, you might want to use the helping tool to get it out. And then let's see, with the little, there's a little dash, it's on the bottom left. When you're looking at the part number 85, the little drawings should be on the left side as you insert 86 from the right, and then the dash, it should be on the bottom. So put it in there, and now the mirror will look nice and pretty. That's B1. And then step number 1 on the bottom there, we need part number 83, also bottom right. 3 of the 61s there within that part, and then 84. 84 is on the left hand side, it's the long lights. So let's pull out the little middle piece and get these little 61s out. Alright, and these gonna go into the 3 top holes with the thicker portion, so thinner portion is gonna go into the little holes of part number 84. So I'll do these first. And use my helping tool to get this in, because they're just tiny parts and it's harder to maneuver them with fingers. I don't have the Twizzlers here, Twizzlers. Alrighty, just like that, and then doesn't matter from which side you do these. That's going to be our B2. Now we take our sub-assembly, and then B2 is going to go in the back. We need to wax these little 2 parts, and that's going to go right behind the seats on the one side. Nice and parallel. Left side is not in completely. All right, both sides are good. And then the same thing with the B1. Wax this little cutouts, and that's gonna go in front of the steering wheel here, a little bit under the angle, right and left side. Make sure it's inserted all the way in. All right, and that's our B3. Moving on to the page number 16. Top left, step number 1, we need part number 88. They're all on board number 4, and we're gonna need to make 2 of them. So I'll do both at the same time. Board number 4, board number 88. Just need to find it, where it's at. 88, these 2 guys. Looks like a 9 to me, but all right. 89 on the bottom. 2 90s. So I need 4. 91. 1, 2. 91 is on the same set where the 89s are at. Alrighty, let's pull these guys out too. Okay, so let's see. Take 188, we're gonna put 89 on it, all the way down. Then 90, make sure that little tab faces kind of in perpendicular direction of the flat surface. into 89s again, 90 again, facing the same direction, and then from the bottom we insert the 91 to lock it in. Lock it all in, and now we make one more same thing. So 89, 90, two 89s, 90, oops, facing the same direction, and then 91 to lock it up. And that's 2 B4s. Put it on the side. Step number 1 in the middle at the top. We have parts number 92, 2 of them. They are going to be on the left hand side, bottom right, bottom left. 92s, 93. Everything is bottom left. 93, 94, 95. And 296. All right, so with the longer tab, I'm gonna go into the part number 93. Make sure you're a little license plate or whatever it is facing forward. Then I'm gonna put 95. Then we're gonna put 96 on the sides there. Two side holes. Tough to go in, probably should use, there you go. Let's put a little bit of a wax on it. Doesn't go in all the way. With the wax, it should slide right through, all the way. And that's our B5. Now our sub-assembly is going to be the back. We're going to insert, oh, I forgot one main part on here. 94. Lock it in, and then that's gonna go in the back, in the top, 2 top tabs. So we're gonna put a little bit of a wax on here, so it slides in a little bit easier. And insert it on both ends, as far as it can go. And then these guys are gonna go into these 2 4 holes on the sides of the larger opening and that back window, or window frame I should say, because there's no window. There you go. And then step 1 on the bottom middle, a little bit to the right, need parts number 97, 2 of them, bottom left, and part number 98, also bottom left, in the same vicinity. There you go, longer pieces tilting down towards you. And make sure they're the same profile when you put it on. So that's B7. Moving on to the page number 17. Step 1, top left, part 99. Need 101. And then board number 5 will have 100. To the right of the center line. Took me a while to find it. And 99 to the right. 100 to the right. 99 is to the left. So with the design outwards, 101 is gonna go into the back here. Let's see which way. Okay, so with there's a one perpendicular tab and one is a little diagonal. So the diagonal is gonna go in here with the thicker portion of the part going outward. That'll be my assumption that would be based on the picture. So this way. Then 99 is gonna go from the bottom into this little tab. Let's see with the design outward, kind of like this, and that's our B8. Now similar for the B9, we need part number 102, top right of board number 5, 103, which is left, top left of board number 5, and then another one, 101 on board number 4, bottom right. Kind of similar scenario, except from the other angle, from the left side now. Same thing, diagonal one goes in piece in here. And then the 102 from the bottom with the tabs to the left. Now, like this. So the little line, outline is towards the top. And that's our B9. Now, once again, bottom left, step 1, sub-assembly. B9 is gonna go on the right-hand side. Where's it gonna go? It's gonna go into these 3 holes right here. Right, would fit, yep. So we're gonna put a little bit of a wax on these to make it easier. Same thing on the opposite end, on the left hand side. Little wax on the tabs. And then once again, sorry guys if I'm going up the screen. Sometimes just applying a little bit more pressure onto the part, leaning against my body instead of the table. And step number 2 in the middle of the page number 17 on the bottom there. Part number 104 on board number 5 to the left hand side, and that's gonna go on these little longer tabs with the holes into the top holes, 1 and 2, and then that whole thing's gonna go to 2 holes at the top here in the window frame. Need to line it up and 2 holes here on the bottom. Once again, trying to lean against my body because it's harder to attach it on this side. Squeeze these parts so these little fenders do sit, the little tabs sit within the openings there. Probably need to push it a little further down. Alright, that looks good. And I broke off one of the pieces. That one didn't have the wax on it, so it wasn't inserted fully. Let's do it again, and now it's fully seated in there, so that's our B10. Alrighty, now page number 18, top left corner. Need parts, step number 1, parts 105, 106, and 107. They're all going to be on board number 5. Let's see, 105, top left, a little bit above the middle, 106, looking for that one, top right, and 105, 106, and 107. 107 is going to be, let's see where 107, how does it look like? That's a little pipe, a little above the middle on the left hand side. Looks like a pipe. All right, so let's see. 106 is gonna go in this rectangular hole. Let's see, round portion towards you and top. And 106 is gonna go into the 105. Then we probably want to put wax on this, so it goes all the way in. And then wax on 107 with the pipe sticking towards the front and to the right. All right, and then step number 2, we need parts number 110. It's right at the center, 2 of them. 109. Another one that's to the right of the center line on the right hand side. Let's see, 110, and then 108. And 108 is going to be, let's see, where's 108? It's going to be on board number 4, right? No, that's 119. 108 is top right corner right here, off-road vehicle. All right, so off-road vehicle facing to the right. Gonna put it into 110 with the slots on the right hand side. 109 is gonna go into this little hole, and then our little sub-assembly, this hole is gonna go into our tab's gonna go into this hole, just like this. That's our B11. And then B12, step number 1 on the bottom left there. We need parts number 111. 105, it's top right, a little above the middle. 112 is right next to it at the edge. And then 111 is going to be at, we're 111, top left. Alrighty. And it's opposite, so it's a mirror image. Gonna put a little bit of wax in here, go through the hole, wax on the 112 and the little tabs, through the bottom holes there, and then step number 2, part number 113. That's on the top left. 110 on the bottom, 114, and that little sub-assembly. So now, once again, off-road vehicle is going to face to the right, and then we're going to come in from the right now, or from the back here. So mirror image of the other one. And that's our B12. Now we're gonna take our sub-assembly. B12 is gonna go as the car is facing you. B12 on the left, B11 on the right, and that's gonna go into these little 2 holes in the back. Put a little bit of wax on that little part that is sticking out, and this guy. Then there's 2 holes here, right above the fender. Goes in, and 1 hole at the front. And I didn't put the wax on that one. A little harder. All right, it's in, and make sure this hole is for the hood, for that little piece there that is sticking out. So then we do the same thing on the other side. Excuse me. 2 holes in the back. 1 hole up front. And the hood. All right, and then step number 2, on the right hand side we need part number 117 and 118, top right, and 118 is going to be on the left. So 118 is going to go into the 117. Then 117, 2 tabs, they're gonna go into the front of the vehicle here. Now somehow I need to feed this hole on here. So the other side we also will wax this little tab, and we'll do the same thing. 115 top left, and then 116 top right. It's going to go from this side. Locks it in, hood opens up. There's a little bit fixing. There you go. And then 120, 119, locking it on the top here. Those guys are on board number 4. 120 is on the right, 119 is on the left, and let's see, board number 4, we don't have any more parts, so we can put it aside. Tabs covered up, and with covered up with wax. Then it goes nice and smooth. And then step number 19, page number 19, step number 3, top left corner there. And then that's going to be parts number 236, and they're going to be all over the place. Board number 5. All right, let's see. Board number 2. What do we have? What parts do we have on here? Do we have part number 36? Because that's the one that's going to be the hardest to find. That's either, all right, board number, I'm assuming that's going to be on board number 5. I found the 37th, they're top corner. Oh, there you go, top right. That was quick. 37s are top left and right. Part number 121 is going to be the middle left, and 122 middle right, all the way at the edge. And then we need 2 124s. They're right at the center here. And then let's see, 123s. 3 of them. They're on the bottom right. All right. Now I'm gonna do part number 36 with the thinner portion going into the 37. All the way. Same thing the other one, but from the back end. So like you see the little decoration is out on the front, right? All right, and then that's gonna go into this little part number 121. Let's see, with the license plate facing towards the front. There's little lights, lots of lights. Then 122, we're gonna put a little wax on 124. And then that's gonna go with the little cutout towards the top. The 124 is gonna go through the little rectangular holes here, left and right hand side, and then into these little openings on the back on part number 121. And then 123, one by one, they should go with a little wax help. They're gonna go into the center hole here. Make sure the design is facing outwards on left and right. The center one doesn't matter which way. That's like nice little bumper. And then step number 4, that bumper is going to go right at the front here. So we need to wax these tabs and put the bumper on here. Make sure it's inserted all the way flush. All right, and then also in step number 4, we need our mirrors, 126, 127, and 128. 127 is to the left and right of the center line at the top here. 125 and 128 are on top right and top left. And then 126 is going to be all the way to the corners there. All right, so 126 is going to go from the back and and then 127, and same thing on the right hand side, 126 from the back into 125, and then 127. And these gonna go into the, let's see, the only openings at the top left and right. I mean on the right and left hand side for the mirrors. And then step number 5, we need parts number 30. Looks like that's going to be all on board number 30. Where do I get 30? 130, sorry. 130 is going to be at the top of board number 2. We'll need 4 of them. And they're going to need to be waxed because there's times 4. So we'll put it on all 4 axles. And let's see, let's start with the front left. So 130 is going to go onto the axle as far as it can go. And there's a little step, so make sure it sits on the step. 129, that's bottom left of board number 2. Wax little tabs here for the easier installation, and then what's going to go into the bottom holes here on the chassis. Then 131, that's on board number 3. 131 is right at the center. And 132's 4 of them is going to go into it. Those guys are on board number 2. So we need 4 top left. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're gonna go from the back here into, let's see, outside holes. 1, 2, bottom left, and bottom right. And then that's gonna go over and lock onto 129. Just like this. All the way. And then 133, they will go on the 2 of them on the board number 3 top at the top. That's the ones that I'm using. They need to be waxed, these little gears. And they will go over the axle. All the way. And then we're gonna lock it up with part number 134. And so 134 is also on board number 3. To the right of the center line. And we're gonna lock it up on part number from both ends on, what is it, 132. need to put a little bit sanding in here. Just all around. And a wax. It only shows on one, but I'm just doing it on both parts, on 134 and 131. Alright, and then we need to put part number 135 to lock it up, and that one's going to be on board number 3. Same thing, need the next wax. And that one's going to go on the outside of that axle, locking it in. Alright, and then we'll continue my bumper again. Need probably to glue it on. Or see if I have a spare. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's continue later. We have a little bit left. It's mostly chains, and we'll be back to install these wheels on. Okay, continue putting it together. So all the way in. All the way to the end. So I'll do one at a time, or all 4 of them at the same time. All right, part number 130, then 129s. I guess we need 4 of them. They're all going to be on board number 2. Do a little bit of a wax for easy installation. Just a tiny bit. Part number 129. All right, 131. 3 of them, all on board number 3. Bottom, left, right of the center. I would sand them and wax them before installing. It's just going to be easier. And then we need to put 132s in all of these. So we need 4 times 3, need 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, 11, 12, bottom left. So they're all on board number 2. And let's continue outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 pieces, and last one. 2, 3, 4. Gonna use my helping tool just to help push these all the way in. And we're gonna install all 4 onto the truck. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, and now we need 133. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wax all the little gears, teeth. And in between, obviously, so just a surrounding or all surface, outside surface. Four. 5 and 6. All right, and then we're installing it same as the previous ones, all the way in on the outside of the axles in pairs. Excuse me. Let's put a little bit of a wax on here, a little bit more of a wax. There you go. And one more. All right, and now we install part number 134, 3 of them. Should probably send this before. One more time. I took off all that wax while sanding. All right, and now we install it on these guys. Line up the holes and squeeze it in. All around. And one more, and that will bring the assembly onto page number 19 to the end. All right. Nice and cool. Moving on to the page number 20. And now we're assembling the tracks. So we're still on recording, so we're all good. This guy needs to be glued in. Do we have a spare for this guy? Which one is it? That would be part number 96. Let's check. Part number 96. Yes, we do have a spare on it, so I guess I can look it up. Part number 96, 124, 96. So I have it on board number 5. There's a bunch of spares. I'm going to take that one out. I'm going to put this one in. And the problem will be solved. As long as I don't break it again. There you go. Because I broke off a little tiny piece here, and that was enough for it to fall out down on a constant basis. All right, let's see. I'll put it in park. Let me wind it up. Needs a little work in. Ooh, I know what I forgot. Good thing I started testing it, so I need part number 135. 3 of them, so that was the one that I omitted for some reason. That one needs to be sanded. And waxed to hold these axles in place. Good thing we didn't go too far. I mean, I'm sure I would have been able to install it a little bit later, but all right. Okie dokie, and park it. 1, 2, and 3. All right. It works, so we're good for now. It's starting to work, so we'll have to work it in a little bit later, but I was just checking to make sure that everything is operational. And we are on page number 20, step number 1, and we need 4 tracks. Let's see, part number 1, they're all right. So board number 3, it's all empty. We took everything out. Board number 2, it's all spare parts too, and then we got some parts on board number 6 and 5. So half a board, 137, 2 of them, 138, that's going to be on board number 6, 2 of them. Part number 136. All right, we need 2 wax little tabs on 138. 136 in the middle. And make sure your groove, not groove, little tab, a little extension here is on the same side on both of them. So we need 4, but in reality we need times 4, we need 16 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 we just made. And so, and then same thing with the part 137. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. And then 136, well, 2 we keep on the side because it's actually 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, down on these. All right, fun part of waxing every little single tab. And the reason you need to be, because these are tracks, they're going to be rotating on inside of the part number 137, so we need to make sure there's some little bit of lubrication in there. So tediously go through every single part and apply a little bit of a wax, 4 tabs, 2 on each side. And I think that's the only, looks like the only wax for now. I guess I could fast forward this a little bit, but it is fun to do it together. I'm through about half. A little bit more. Still step number 1. Almost done though. Got 5 more pieces. Out of, I guess, 30. And doesn't look like we're gonna need to do any more waxing on this, so this is gonna be it. Got some spares in there. And last piece. Make sure all that was done on record. Real good. Alrighty, let's do it. So now I'm inserting part number 136 into 137. And at this point of time, directionality doesn't matter. All right, the last one. Now we need to assemble 16 units. So we put 138 and the second one in here, and then lock it up with the part number 137. Just like this. Make sure these two little dimples are facing in the same direction. That way we won't have to rebuild it later on. Two. Three. Now you will hear some background noises. My kids came downstairs. Actually, my kid with her friend. So they may start making additional noises that may or may not interfere with our assembly here. We will see. Hopefully not. Alright, continue assembling. Not paying any attention. Hopefully they're not gonna distract me much. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eight. And then 8 more, sorry. Let's see, we have enough, yeah. We have enough of all the parts. All right, a little more. It is probably the longest portion of the assembly for this little thing. And when I say little thing, I'm talking about that large truck that we just assembled. Here you go. should get a soundproof room at some point of time. But it's always fun to hear kids roaming around, at least they're playing. All right, let's continue. There's a little tiny break. All right, only a few more left. All right, two more. And one more. All right, so we did step number 1 is complete for all pieces that we need for the assembly. And then I'm gonna go into step number 2 and put all these guys together into longer sub-assemblies. All right, so we need 4 per assembly, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 3 of part number 136, 1, 2, 3. So total we're gonna need 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 6 of 137, so that's 24. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Alrighty, and now we need to put this on, or actually let's do part number 136 into 137. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, I'm just adding all of them, so we're gonna do a few sets. We need 3 sets per piece, right, per wheel. And then we're gonna need another 136, one for each wheel, with 2 137s to lock these up onto the actual wheels. All right, let's do it. 1, and make sure that little dimples are on the same direction towards the outside, towards the top or outside, whichever way you want to look at it. Now it's going to be a little bit harder to match up. One, 2, and then, oh, here we go. Can lay it down, same direction. Just need to make sure you line it up, and then you're good to go. This, same direction. Line up the connector. One is ready. 1 out of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 connectors. And the 4. All right, make sure everything, once again, everything, all these little dimples are the same direction. So just not to, then we don't have to rebuild it afterwards. That would be number 2. And then once you get a hang of it, I mean, as you can see, it goes a little bit faster than the originally. One. Oh, almost put it the wrong way. Need to see that dimple, make sure it's the same direction. And it's actually, it's inside the chain, right? So those dimples gonna go on inside, not outside. Because if they're gonna go on the outside, they will prevent for the truck to move very easy. But we still need to make sure that all in the same direction. All right, 3, and then the last one. It'll be a little bit quieter. Kids decided to go elsewhere. That was a pretty quick break for them. All right. Maybe not. They haven't left. And the last piece. All right, so we got all 4 ready. Need to move on to the next step, which is step number 1 on the bottom of page number 20. All right. And then now we need to put it on the wheels. So let's see. Put it in, inside. And it's gonna go onto the wheel. And we need 1 more. All right, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4 of 136 and 8 of 137. Okay, connect these first to 136 and to 137. And then now to make sure that these little dimples are on inside. So we put it onto the chain. On one side, and then lock it up from the other side. Just like this. 1. Oh, almost lost the piece. And make sure that these little grooves or little teeth, right, of the little gears that are inside there, they're sticking out. And then you're in between those teeth, otherwise you're not going to be able to fit the chain all the way in, just like this. 2, 3, 4. Almost there. 3. All lined up, and then 4. Last one. All right, and that's the last one. All right, that's it. And then we're step number 2. We need to wind it up and move it 5 times. Probably should have done it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We should have probably worked those in one at a time rather than. All right. A little bit singing in the background. Yeah, I should have done one at a time. And then reassemble the rest of them. All right. Went a little bit too far and too fast. Now I have to work it in. A little bit different. Well, I can take it apart, but let's see. Let's take him apart and redo it. I just need to take sorry guys, I'll have to redo it. I guess 2 is good. I mean, I see some movement, but we need to work it in. There we go. Hopefully you can see it. Here I'm bringing it in front of the camera. It should rotate on its own. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's see. I didn't put it in park, so it should rotate regardless. Work itself in. And probably do for all 4 tires, one at a time. So this one's working already. You just need to make sure that it goes in nice and smooth. Sport mode. I guess that would be the end. So that's the only thing that we need to do is to finish it up, is to work it in. And that's 25, 15, 16, 17, 2, 3. That unwinds in sport mode completely. It's just a matter of working it in, make sure that everything is nice and smooth and work itself in and out. Alright, sport mode works. In a slow mode, sport. In slow mode too, with a little hesitation, but it'll go away the more you work it in. All right, so we're good on the front tires. Now let's add another tire. I guess we need to do it one at a time, or two at a time. Let's see. Two. All right, let's try this way now. Come on, sport. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Sport mode works. Almost to the end, still needs a little bit working in. 12. All right, that one's good. And then the last one, we'll put it in, and then we can work it in all the way through. Make sure everything works, and we'll be done with our assembly. So let's see, 1, 2 more, last 3, 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 3 parts, and that's the third. And we're done. Just working it in, lock it in, park. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Go! All right, here we go. A little sluggish. Work it in, work it in, work it in. Almost there. Here we go. right, park. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sport mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sport. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sport. I wanted to unwind all the way to the end of the spring. It's not going to happen right away. It will take some time, so you need to play with it a little bit. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But the concept is understandable. So like the more you play with it, the smoother it's going to become. As you can see, it's already smoother. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's go. Almost all the way. A little hesitation, but as I said, the more you work it in, the easier it will become. Let's try it on the ground, see. In the sport mode, it's moving. There you go. Just needs a little bit more playing around with, and make sure that all these wheels settle. This surface is a little slippery too, but that shouldn't matter much. Just the tires are not slipping. So and once we get the sport mode working, we can work on a little slow. Sport mode's done, then we can work on the slow mode. Theoretically it should be working once if the sport mode is working fine. Just need a little bit of a push. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So as you can see, it's already moving a little bit further down the line. Just continue playing with it. Let's try the slow mode. So once again, we have a lot of friction. It's wood, so we need to work it in. And once again, I didn't sand and meticulously waxed every single piece. So the slow mode also works. And it's hanging in the air. So as I said, just work it in. Once it's unwinding the whole spring in, then it's going to be nice and smooth all the way through. And it's going to be running on the floor in both modes. So technically, for the instructions, I need to do it about 20 times. 5, 5, 5, 5 on each wheel, since I installed them all, almost all of them at the same time. A little bit more friction, so to loosen it up, that's how many times we need to do it. And then once you set it on the table, it creates even more friction. So you need to make sure there's barely any friction within the system in order for it to run on the table much easier. There you go, that's the slow mode. There you go. But fast mode, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Fast mode. All right. Yay. More movement. A few more times and it should be running pretty quick. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Apologize for the background noises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Go. A few more times. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the full concept is understood. So the more you play with it, the faster it's gonna go, or easier it's gonna go on the ground. That's the slow mode. All right, so pretty much just need to play with it a little bit longer. It's gonna be working great after that. I'll probably post a separate video with the actual model when it's running on the ground, because I'm gonna play through it after the video ends. I just don't want to keep you guys here too long. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Don't not forget to like and follow us so we can create more videos. This was Dimitri with Ukidz LLC, UGears US, and UKidzToys.com. If you need any replacement parts, questions on the assembly, you can send us email. If we can't answer, we can forward it to the manufacturer, or you can contact the manufacturer directly. We'll see you guys next time with the next assembly video. Thank you. Bye.